seconds to go before the start of the US Grand Prix. 59 laps of the Watkins Glen circuit, and they're off. James Hunt and Jody Scheckter off pole position, and Hans Stuck is stuck on the grid. Hans Stuck with the Marches failed to get away into the first 90. It's Jody Scheckter in the lead. Jody Scheckter from James Hunt, Vittorio Brambilla, fourth Ronnie Peterson, fifth Nicky Lauda. Through the S's section, this upstate New York circuit, round 15 of the 16-round World Championship, a vital race of course for James Hunt. He's got to win this to stay in the championship hunt. But the man in the lead at the moment, Jody Scheckter in that six-wheel Elf Tyrrell. Second Hunt, third Brambilla, fourth Peterson. Scheckter in the lead, 3.3 mile circuit, remember, 59 laps. There's Brambilla in the orange march, chasing the leading pair. Brambilla, the oldest driver in the race, known colloquially as the Monza Gorilla, of course. He's a bit of a rock ape, they call him in motor racing parlance, a wild driver. But one man who isn't wild anymore, Jody Scheckter in the lead with a six-wheel Tyrrell. Won one Grand Prix this year, the Swedish Grand Prix. Bit of dust kicked up there as the cars sweep wide out of the corner to complete the first lap. The end of the first lap, Jody Scheckter in the lead. Perhaps wondering now if he should stay with the Tyrrell team. Why is he moving when he has a car which can win? Jody Scheckter sliding out on that 90 corner. James Hunt twitching a bit. Round past the old pits, that's the old pits building. Into the chicane. Scheckter in the lead. Six-wheel Tyrrell designed by Derek Gardner. Built in East Horsley in Surrey, in a timber yard, in fact, in Ken Tyrrell's timber yard, the team that Jackie Stewart used to drive for. And there's James Hunt, Britain's hope for World Championship honours, 29 years old, comes from Belmont in Surrey, now of course lives in Spain, but spends most of his time travelling around the world in motor racing. Jody Scheckter in command. It's early yet, the fuel tanks of course topped up, almost 50 gallons of high octane fuel. The cars are heavy at the moment. Drivers had to drive fairly carefully. They can damage their tyres if they go really hard in these early stages, so they're all driving with their heads, most of them anyway. James Hunt just feeling out the situation. Jody Scheckter with about 2 seconds lead. Oh, and Ronnie Peterson diving out there to see if he can get past his teammate Vittorio Brambilla. Didn't make it though. Brambilla still third. Good race this from Brambilla. Only scored one World Championship point this year and a whole series of crashes. I think he's actually written off 5 chassis. It's unbelievable. A lot of people don't think he'll be with the March team next year. Italian, comes from Monza, Vittorio Brambilla. And again, Jody Scheckter past the pits. His head just flicking across quickly to see the pit signals. Now into third place. Nicky Lauda's moved up very quickly into third place. About 5 seconds behind the rest of the field. Nicky Lauda leading a group. And that's Gunnar Nilsson in the pits, the young Swedish John Player driver out of the race. And another driver out of the race, Patrick Depailler. Patrick Depailler was holding 5th place in the second of the six-wheel Elf Tyrrells, climbing out of the car, could be engine trouble. The rest of the field sweeping by. And another driver spun, that's Arturo Mazzari. I think he was tipped by Harold Ertl. We didn't see it in the shot, but Harold Ertl's Hesketh, I think, collided with him, but in the lead, no doubt about it. Jody Scheckter in the 6-wheel Tyrrell, second James Hunt, and third, about 5 seconds back actually, Nicky Lauda. Oh, and there's Ertl in the pits. So Ertl must have collided with Mazzario's Williams. The team changing that's the nose frame which holds the front wing. You can see the front wing there, and there the fiberglass nose section. The Hesketh team, of course, Lord Hesketh doesn't come to the races anymore. Jody Scheckter in the lead. James Hunt. James has got to get into the lead of this race if he wants to keep his World Championship hopes alive with just the race in Japan. But there's Brambilla. Brambilla in that big scrap there for 4th place. Ronnie Peterson, Lafitte in the Ligier Matra, then Brambilla. That was Regazzoni and Andretti going through the picture. One of the best battles of the race. Peterson, and moving out for Ligier, Jack Lafitte. Lafitte, has he got him? V12 Matt Trent, yes, he's squeezed on the inside. Oh, there's a car on fire, and that's Jackie X limping out of the inside. Well, at least he's out of the car. The car seems to be burning fairly well. A little ensign, oh, there's a marshal. Seem to be very efficient, the fire tenders there already. X, oh, they're running to help X. How lucky he is to be out of that car. Of course, we saw what happened when Niki Lauda got trapped in his car in the German Grand Prix. X has been able to climb out of the car. I don't know if they're going to stop the race. The rest of the field filtering through slowly. And here it is in slow motion. X, bit of his overalls. Of course, they're fire resistant, and the fire went out. See, the fire went out from his overalls. Oh, another car in the pits. Ronnie Peterson, Max Mosley there in the white jacket. Max Mosley, the team manager. And there's still a bit of the car. That looks like another bit of the car burning. I think X must have crashed into that Armco barrier, and then the car then careered into the middle of the road, leaving part of it buried into the Armco. It's amazing, absolutely amazing that X has managed to get out of that. The marshals, very good marshalling here at this upper state New York track. And there's the ambulance bringing X back to the pits. Very quick work with the ambulance. I have just heard that X is injured, broken bones in both legs, some lacerations and flash burns on his face, but not too bad, I understand. Jackie X, the 31-year-old Belgian, has been in racing, in fact, 11 years, former Ferrari, Brabham driver, perhaps in the twilight of his career now, but in the lead still, Jody Scheckter, a man definitely not in the twilight of his career, and James Hunt. Could he be Britain's next world champion? Scheckter leading. Very twisty Watkins Glen track. The corners, in fact, don't have names. They're actually, by the American fashion, numbered. But there's Brett Lunger leading Niki Lauda. Brett Lunger about to be lapped. Of course, Brett Lunger, the man who helped Paul Lauda out of the burning wreckage at the Nürburgring. Lunger in the Chesterfield Surtees. Lauda at the end of the straight making his passing manoeuvre. That's how it should be done. Braking harder than... Oh, and in the pits, Mario Andretti. So the other John Player Lotus out of the race, talking to his mechanic Ian Dawson. Colin Chapman now, Sterling Moss moving in for an interview. Colin Chapman, Lotus been very successful in this race, but not today. And there Larry Perkins, the young Australian, being shadowed by Jody Scheckter. Scheckter about to lap Perkins. Perkins in the Brabham Alpha, replacing Reutemann in that team now. And he doesn't seem to be letting him by. Now this could help James Hunt. With Scheckter being balked by Perkins, Hunt could close up. And there's another back marker, that's Ertl back in the race. Now they're going past Perkins, and Hunt is right up, there's no doubt about it. Hunt has closed right up on Scheckter. Gap, well, it's only about 3 or 4 cars lengths there. Oh, and there's Brambilla, look, Brambilla with a tyre absolutely shredded. Vittorio Brambilla in the other march had been going well. But that's the story of the race, really. The Scheckter-Hunt battle. Now, can Hunt get by Scheckter? Now they're coming up behind another back marker. This is one of the problems. Henri Pescarolo in his private Surtees. Pescarolo, former Le Mans winner, of course, but not one of the top Grand Prix drivers. And Hunt literally inches behind now. Is Hunt going to make a passing move? He's definitely lining up at the end of the straight. Hunt alongside. Now it's all down, and it's through. James Hunt has gone by Jody Scheckter. Now that is a vital move. That could make all the difference, because 9 points for a win, 6 points for second, and Lauda, of course, 4 points. Lauda 4 points if he finishes third. So that means Scheckter can catch up 5. Hunt can catch up 5 of the 8 points that he is behind Scheckter. Behind Lauda, sorry. It's getting so exciting here at Watkins Glen. And there is Lauda in third position. Lauda in third place. I think he's going to have to be content with that, about 15 seconds behind that leading battle. What a battle it is. He too passes Pescarolo Surtees. Niki Lauda, motor racing's bionic man. Driving the Ferrari flat 12, about 500 brake horsepower. And there Jody Scheckter is back in front of James Hunt. Somewhere Jody Scheckter has managed to slip back, and James trying to pass again. The same place, trying to go around the outside. Will he make it? Wheel to wheel. No, Scheckter still in front. What a battle. Off the track, two great friends these. They came up the same way through Formula 3, Formula 2 and into Formula 1. Their careers very much paralleled. Scheckter started his racing career, his Grand Prix racing career here at Watkins Glen. He knows the track, he likes the track. So too, of course, is James Hunt. Very evenly matched pair here today. And a big crowd too, you can see the big crowd in the background. Scheckter in the lead, past the pits. Hunt just about half a second behind. And they're coming up behind another back marker. This seems to be a bit of a problem today. Harold Ertl it is. So Scheckter and Hunt closing on Harold Ertl. Ertl in fact driving the car that Hunt used to drive, the old Hesketh that Hunt used to drive, no longer competitive. But definitely the race that we've all come to see. Jody Scheckter against James Hunt. And James looks as if he's making another passing move. Diving out. And he's done it, I think he's done it. Yes, a beautiful manoeuvre. No dirty stuff there, just a beautiful manoeuvre from James Hunt. Back in the lead. Now, can he keep that lead? Only about 15 laps to go. That's what he's got to do. Stay out in front now. Third, of course, Nicky Lauda, followed there by Emerson Fittipaldi, who's been lapped. Not Emerson's season in this new Copasuca car. There's Jochen Mass. Jochen Mass in fourth place, chasing Lauda. That could be vital, of course, if Mass could get by Lauda. That would help James Hunt. Less points for Lauda means a better position for Hunt going into the Japanese Grand Prix. And there's Hunt trying to lap Regazzoni. Regazzoni disqualified from this race last year for balking Emerson Fittipaldi. Is he going to balk James Hunt? Doesn't look like it. Clay Regazzoni down in 7th place. Not going well in the Ferrari, out of the Ferrari team at the end of the year, but James Hunt has gone by cleanly. I don't think anything can stop James Hunt now winning the US Grand Prix. Out on his own, Jody Scheckter dropped back, obviously happy to settle for 2nd place. James Hunt, and he takes the flag. Tex Hopkins, the famous starter here, and finisher of course, gives him the checkered flag. 2nd place, Jody Scheckter, 8 seconds behind. James waves to the crowd. His sixth win of the year. But what about this 3rd place? Lauda and Mass. Can Mass do it? No, Lauda 3rd, Mass 4th, just like there. There's Hunt. 5th Hans Stuck.